It's a famous thought experiment by Derek Parfit about a teletransporter. So imagine you're going to be transported to Mars. But how it happens is you go into a machine and you're broken down into your pieces, and then you're rebuilt on Mars according to the scan of your total body on Earth. Your body on Earth, with everything that it consists of, will be destroyed in the process, and there will be a facsimile of you on Mars. Now, the thought experiment that he had is that suddenly this machine is broken, and there's just one case there, and there's two versions of you. And the question is now, who are you? And Derek Parfit dealt with that because he thought about personal identity. Who are we? Are we our memories, our physical bodies, maybe our souls? There were all sorts of considerations. Now imagine you don't continue to exist, but like an evil villain in a Marvel movie, you're translated into a machine. But maybe not everything from you, maybe not your physical building plan, but more of your memories, your experiences. And say it's not even the important one, it's not the higher moral principles, it's not the values that you stand for, but it's more the trivial details, it's not the so important things. Now, let's imagine that after everything, like your whole trivial memories, were put into a machine, and then a clever device was derived that helps other people to translate all your trivial knowledge, all the experiences you had that were at times rather silly. These were then translated to answer questions. And this is the current state that AI is in when we look at things such as ChatGPT and so on. Because this is fed by the internet, which is built out of cats and all sorts of like racial colonialism and sexism and like all sorts of isms, all the problems that we feed into the internet. And this trimmed down version of us, often with very trivial details, that is something then that is being translated out into the world. Now, would we come to the conclusion that even if it's the sum of all the trivial details that we fed into the internet so far, that this is any match to our personal identity? And this is where, from a methodological standpoint, we need to look at the answers that AI is giving us beyond the philosophical discussion about consciousness and intelligence and agency and so on, and just need to bluntly compare the answers we get from current AI systems, and we will realize that this is indeed a very cheap version of us, one that currently impresses quite some people, but when you rigorously check the knowledge, you see it's not only very trivial stuff that went in there, but it's often wrong, it's very flexible in how you can bend it, and that makes it even more wrong, but also morally dangerous, because it's not a sound source of knowledge. So imagine you would have maybe of someone that was very dear to you and that person passes on. You would have such a trimmed down AI version that would certainly not feel the same. So we need to be careful that when we evaluate AI, that we are not impressed by the opportunities that are surely there, by the interesting solutions it offers. For instance, when it comes to very low profile communication, but it's not the same as our own identities, because machines can not, as of yet, really think about their identities. We can, and that makes an important difference.